Welcome to part 4 of building my lottery winner's car for the price of the lottery ticket. I can't put it off any longer. This car's rotten. I mean, it's not completely rotten. In fact, for a Lancia Delta, it's surprisingly good. But it's still rotten. And I put it off last episode. I need to get on with the welding. So we need to pick a place to start. Taillight aperture seems as good a place to start as any. First thing I've done is made up a cardboard template and roughly marked out where the corrosion is. Let me show you it sitting behind the panel. Pushed inside there, you can see roughly the extent of the damage. For those of you who remember the borer, it's only been on this channel once, I think. You remember it had a metallic blue bonnet, and this is the reason. This is all where the Saab ended up on top of the black bonnet that it was wearing originally. But I'm just going to use this to chop the steel out of. Now, I fully accept that cutting a sheet of metal out of an old bonnet is less than ideal. You have to remember that what we're trying to do is build this lottery winner's car for the price of a lottery ticket, and an old bonnet is a lot cheaper than buying a bit of sheet steel. Although it wasn't at the time I drove it into the back of the Saab. Once all the paint's ground off the panel, you can see we're back to nice clean metal, and I've started marking it up. So the first thing I'm going to do is make this, just this cut here. We're now using hammer and dolly set, and we put our first radius into there. It's a bit of a complex shape this. There's going to have to be another radius that way and then another one that way, just in the top few millimeters of this panel. For ease of repair, with the shape of this, with this corner coming in here, I've sliced the repair section into 2 panels. We've got this top piece here, which should go in here. That'll be the first piece to go in. And then we've got the other half of this, which sits in this lower section, which we can put in after we put this in. Purely because of the shape of this, with this angle here, being quite hard to replicate and still maintain the flat area here and the flat area here. So now we've got our repair piece clamped in place. We can tack it in position. We can reshape it slightly if we need to. And once it's in, we're going to have to drill a hole here for the taillight aperture. Okay, there it is, that in position. I'm not going to win any awards from welding, but the reason I've started here is the bumper covers this and the taillight covers this. So this is a part of the car that you're never going to see once it's all built up. I'm going to progressively weld my way through the car and onto the more visible areas as I've got my eye in more with what's going on here. But as a first patch, I'm quite happy with that. Now that that's painted up, and I've put in another piece at the bottom here, so we've made that as 2 repair pieces. Reason being, this is a slightly complicated shape. The other thing that we've got left to do, I've replicated this radius from the other side of the car, but obviously we're going to have to create a piece that will sit in this section here, which I think is going to be made of a piece that's shaped to go here, and then a strip here which we weld together, and then we weld onto here. And what we'll then do is weld our way across the back of the car. As you can see, there's more holes here that are going to need to be repaired, and then we'll weld towards the front of the car. I'm afraid I am going to have to level with you here. There is going to be a lot of welding to do on this car, and I'm afraid quite a few of the videos in this project from this point on are probably going to be welding related. But I will try and break them up a bit. Let me show you how. Here in the donor vehicle, we've obviously got a complete carter strip, all the interior, glass, wire and loom, clocks, everything. So what I'm going to do is strip this down and intersperse this getting stripped with the welding, because it's unavoidable, the welding is going to take weeks. But I've also got this BMW 3 Series, which I'm doing a series alongside the Delta, where you'll see me turn this into a bit of a flip car, as it were. It didn't cost me much. I'm going to put some time and some effort into it and see how much money we can get for this thing, or what interesting trade we can get for it. And also, we got a whole bunch of Golf GTIs on the channel, this being just one of many. But I do get that you're here to watch that Lancia get turned into my lottery winner's dream car, and that's absolutely what's happening. So over the next few weeks and months, we're going to be trying to do as many videos as possible. But like I say, for the next few weeks, a lot of them are going to be welding. Culminating in this area here, which is probably going to be the hardest area to repair. I mean, this roof is bad. And of course, the roof skin's very thin. well, especially in the places where it doesn't exist other than as rust. But don't worry, we'll get it right. I'm not going to turn it into a cabriolet. So that's it, the welding started on the Delta. Keep watching and we'll get this turned into my dream car.